Hey everyone, I am doing a recording of my project repainting the rubber bumper or plastic bumper on my PT Cruiser. I'm doing this because I've gone through and looked, and even the video that the paint company put out doesn't really tell you exactly what primer to use. I've seen some videos of other people that have used the same products, and they've just bought a plastic primer and used it. I did a little research online, and I actually came up with some full instructions put off by Rustoleum, and found out exactly which primer to use. And I'm going to put this out there for everybody else that wants to attempt this project. I find and heard that it works out pretty good and restores the plastic and rubber bumpers back to the original black, like they did when they came from the factory. So I'm starting off. I've gone through with 100% mineral spirits and cleaned the bumper thoroughly and washed it down like recommended. The mineral spirits was recommended from a buddy of mine that does painting. He said it will take off the wax and any excess stuff that's on it that may contaminate the paint job. And then I picked up some tape and covers to tape off the rest of the car and cover it up from any overspray. And then I went and picked up the Rustoleum trim and bumper paint. I went on and got 2 cans because I'm going to do the front and back. And what was recommended, finally, after some research, is the primer sealer by Rustoleum. Both of these products I picked up at Walmart. It took me 2 or 3 trips to different ones to come up with it. And but I finally found them. And what you're looking for, what was recommended online, and hopefully you can see this, is this code right above the UPC, the 249321, and that was what was recommended in the full instructions I found online. And also the matte black bumper treatment, the 251574. And so I'm going to get started. I'm going to try to make this as short as possible for you. I'm going to go through steps. Right now I'm going to pause and get the car masked off from keeping the overspray off of it. I've already wiped it down with the mineral spirits, so it's clean and ready to go. Alright, be back shortly. Alright guys, I'm back. I'm going to take a moment and show I've got everything masked off and covered up. Make sure there's no overspray to get on the car. And as you can see, I've actually have it pulled in and several heat lights on. The temperature's kind of low here today, so just trying to get it up to temperature, to specs for the paint. And we are about ready to start shooting primer. And again, I'm going to cut off and spray the 3 short sprays primer. It says to put 3 light coats on within a couple minutes of each other. So I'm going to go and do that, and when I get done I'll come back and show you. And then from there we'll have to wait about 20 minutes for it to completely dry to put the last medium heavy coat on. That's it. I'll see you in a few minutes. Alright everyone, I have gone through the process of putting the 3 light coats on primer. Now I have to wait 15 to 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes for it completely dry, and put the final coat of the trim and bumper paint on. Just a fair warning, even though I was doing very light coats, this paint does like to run, even with very light coats. It did it on both sides of the bumper. Not too bad. It was kind of down under, so I'm not going to worry about it. The only way you're going to notice it is if you're really inspecting it. So we're going to leave it at that, let it dry, and shoot the black on it. And I'll be back shortly to let you see the final results of it. Thanks. Hey everyone, while our primer is drying, I wanted to take a minute and go over one more time the process that I did to get to the point where I'm at. First, I went through and washed the bumper with Dawn soap. I recommend using Dawn because it will actually help cut any kind of grease or anything like that off of the bumper. And then after that, I went through and wiped it down with 100% mineral spirits, which helps get any kind of wax or bugs or anything like that off of it. And then I went and got some plastic, Home Depot over in the painting section. It's just 3 rolls of thin plastic to help cover up the car, and the masking tape to cut around the bumper. Also at the beginning of the video, I'm going to put the full instructions that I found online on how to do this, recommended by Rustoleum, and the different primers they recommend. I have learned that this trim and bumper paint, if painting rubber trim or something porous, it works fine by itself. But if you're painting like your mirrors or your plastic bumper covers or anything like that, I highly recommend getting one of the primers that's going to be listed at the front of the video. The one I got is just a sealer primer. They also recommend using it's like a sanding primer or a filler primer that you can actually, if your plastic's got a lot of scratches or dents or anything like that, it will actually fill those in. You can actually sand it. This one you can actually sand too, but you got to wait like 6 hours. You can't wet sand it. And from there, I just taped the car off, and I've placed the primer on it. I'm in the process of waiting right now, but just wanted to go through one more time on how I got into this point. And like I said, I will post them full instructions that I found that's helped me out quite a bit at the beginning of the video for you. I'll be back shortly to show you the final product when I get done. Hopefully it turns out as good as I think it's going to. Thanks. Alright everybody, I have gone through and done the 3 light coats, waiting anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes in between just due to the temperature. So far looking good. I'm liking the way it's turning out. The only downside that I'm not liking is it's a little bit more shinier than the OEM mirror. But that may dull out some after it dries. I've got to wait an hour, and then it says to repeat the treatment. So that's where I'm at right now. So far so good. Alright, last entry. I have gone through and applied the second coat after waiting an hour. Turned out looking pretty good. Again, like I said, the only thing I'm noticing right now is it's got a little bit more of a shine than the black on the mirrors. But maybe after 24 hours of drying, that shine will go down some. Overall, I'm happy with it. I'd recommend it. Hopefully this video will help anybody else that attempts this project. Please, this is really my first video in showing steps on how to do things for YouTube. Most of my videos are usually of heavy equipment that I have for auction. So I'd like people's comments, bad, good, negative, however you want to put it. Just will help me in the future when I attempt the blackout chrome by DuPont. I'm going to attempt to do the door handles and the keys, the rims, anything chrome that's on the car. I'm going to do the blackout chrome package that they've got out. Watch for that video if anybody's interested in it. Again, thanks, and please leave me your comments or a thumbs up or a thumbs down on it. Have a good one. Bye.